kind of guy.
I'll be hitchhiking from Orlando, Florida to San Francisco, California.
Don't underestimate yourself.
He would be looking in his tribe of Spartans. So I want to start out this video with a story about a guy who hit me up. I was making videos about 2 years ago. I made a video about how I quit a job in Hollywood. I went to work with some people and it wasn't the right conditions for me to continue on with the job, so I quit. And shortly after that, I got an Instagram message from a young man, I think he was 19 or 20, in Africa. And he said, "Hey, your video meant a lot to me. It actually inspired me. I was at work and at a job that I hated and they were treating me poorly, and your video actually inspired me to quit. Your video inspired me to not settle for something that's less than what I should be getting." The point of this story is that if this young man were to hit me up today and be like, "Hey, I quit my job, I've been working on bettering myself, I hit this roadblock, what advice do you have? You're a little bit further on in the journey, what advice do you have, man?" That advice that I were to give him would be considered controversial and taboo in today's society. Just let that sink in for a little bit. The advice I would give a fellow human, a fellow man, in order to be like, "Hey, this has worked for me, this is how I think you'll be able to get to that next level." That advice, I would get hate for it. So it's extremely taboo to talk about this stuff today. And that shows me that this is so necessary. This message is so necessary for young men today, and that's why I do it. The truth of the matter is we are living in a comfortable time. We have couches, we have cars, they get us to places. Comfort is everywhere now. Comfort has made survival skills unnecessary. Where we once would have to have certain skills, character traits, in order to ensure our own survival and the survival of those around us, we don't need that anymore. We can actually be a person of low character, low morals, low values, and still get along comfortably in life. This video is about the 5 traits that make a high value man. The traits I'm about to list here are unnecessary for you if you're someone who just wants to live a mediocre, comfortable life. But if you want to live a life on your own terms, as a man, you want to provide for your family, you want to provide for those around you, you want to protect those you love, you want to have a great relationship, you want to have high value business partners and make some money so you can keep living the way you want to live, well, these traits are necessary. The first trait to focus on in order to move towards becoming a high value man is strength. Strength. Now, don't get me wrong here. I'm not talking about lifting weights in the gym. We go to the gym in droves as men to lift weights, not to be strong, not to be physically strong. We do that because society has deemed, hey, you need to look good. Your appearance matters. That's a falsehood. Your appearance matters to a certain point, but other than that, it doesn't make a big difference in moving forward in your life. This is not the strength I'm talking about. I'm talking about moral strength, character strength, the ability to go into high pressure situations and not crumble under pressure. And in order to do that, that is a muscle. That is just like doing some bench presses and reps at the gym. The reps you need to do to get a better strength of character. So you don't just crumble when someone challenges you a bit. You don't crumble when someone's trying to control you. You have to go into situations that test that. That's a rep. Consider that a rep. The next character trait of a high value man is having perspective. Perspective. Now, what is perspective? Perspective is the ability to have a long-term vision for your life and for those around you who you love, having a long-term vision and the ability to realize that the little complaints, the little annoyances, the little distractions of everyday life. Hey, you lost the remote. That doesn't mean anything. It's not even gonna register to you. We all have these things that pop up. Not focusing on those too much and getting all worked up, because you know that in the greater picture, those little distractions, they don't mean anything. So focusing on them is futile. It's only gonna move you off your track. It's only gonna push you off your track. Now, how do you gain perspective. You can't just gain perspective by living normally. You need to immerse yourself in tough situations, tough conditions. This is why I always recommend for younger men, 20s, to go out after college, maybe they graduated college, to go out and do a crazy adventure, all right? An adventure where you tell someone you're doing it and they're like, you're crazy, dude. You're crazy. I'm not even gonna talk to you anymore. You're crazy. I'm paddling in a canoe to Mexico. You need to find an adventure like that. For me, it was hitchhiking across the United States. It was canoeing down the East Coast.
Making North Carolina my bitch. Halfway through. I'm crossing the Potomac River in a goddamn canoe. Woo! This is living right here.
I was in conditions where it was 20-degree weather, raining. I had to build a tent. I had to keep a fire going, and I had to do what mattered right there and then. There's a huge alligator, and I walked right past it in the pitch black. Holy what is he doing? Dude, he's getting in the water. So once you're in that situation, over and over, those type of situations, forcing yourself to go towards that, you come back to normal life, you're not gonna complain once about anything. A complaint is the most useless thing ever. You need to make complaints useless by going out and doing adventures, gaining perspective. The next trait of a high-value man is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the structure and positive rituals, the ability to carry out positive rituals that contribute to your success in everyday life. So I know that in order for me to do my best work today, I have to do some certain things. I have to have the self-discipline to maybe meditate, maybe take a cold shower, eat some greens, eat some vegetables. I have to have that self-discipline. Once we cultivate self-discipline, our days will no longer be thrown off track by the cheap thrills and dopamine hits of social media, TV, video games, pornography. These things throw us off track and do not contribute to our greater success. Perspective, all about perspective, right? So I'm just touching on these traits here, just so we are aware of this, but I'm going to be making a video in the future about a technique on how to wash dishes, okay? Seems a little weird. Technique on how to wash dishes that will help you cultivate discipline over time. So if you want to see that video, hey, post in the comments below, let me know, and that video will be out soon. Washing dishes. The next character trait of a high-value man is assertiveness, all right? You don't have to be a dick, but you need to be assertive. Assertiveness is the character trait that allows you to gather more resources for yourself and those who you love around you, all right? If you don't have assertiveness, other people are gonna be assertive towards you, and you're gonna be tugged and pushed and pulled every which direction and end up with nothing. You're gonna be taken advantage of. So assertiveness allows you to not be taken advantage of. There are certain things in everyday life that you can actually do to cultivate assertiveness. And just like all these traits, you know, they can be talked about in greater detail. I'll have another video in the future about assertiveness. So the last character trait that contributes to becoming a high-value man that I'm going to talk about today is independence. A man should be comfortable sitting alone just as he is comfortable sitting with other people. The more you move further along in your journey towards being able to live a life on your own terms, you're going to realize that no one else is going to help you out on your journey. You will get people helping you out, contributing to your success to a certain degree, helping you out a little bit. They'll be like, here you go. You give you a little push, right? But at a certain point, you need to have the independence and self-reliance to move the rest of the way to contribute to your success. So if you don't have independence, you're going to be relying on other people your whole life, and you're not going to be living a life on your own terms. You're going to be living a life of mediocrity and quiet desperation. You need to be independent as a man. True independence means you can rely on yourself when things get tough. Now, something I tell young men to do to cultivate independence is actually go on a solo travel journey. I'll talk about that in another video, but just to get that in your head, solo travel. Solo travel puts you in positions where, and situations where you have to fend for yourself. You have to, everything is up to you. Food, fun, girls, transportation, everything during a solo travel journey is up to you, and you have to learn how to do that. So if you want to cultivate independence, go on a solo travel journey. So these aren't all the character traits that I'd like to present to you. This is only part 1. I'll have part 2 out coming soon. What do you think is a character trait that makes a man a high value man? All right, what do you think? Put that in the comments below. I want to hear it. But until then, guys, I will see ya later. Peace.